Welcome to Attican Plays Sweet Transit. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 18 of our first look at Sweet Transit. Now I don't do this very often, but we have to name a railroad simmer of the day, and today it's definitely Slobodan Radinovic. Slobodan put a comment on episode 17 that said, hey, you've misread, basically, I'm paraphrasing, you have misread Kane 24's post about the double speed stations. And I read what he said, and I went back and took a look. And what it turns out is, when you're looking at his post, you're seeing something along these lines where he did his tests. And when I looked at it, I thought I was certain that this was actually two platforms. And it isn't. It's just one platform. As long as you have a platform on either side of your track, you get double speed. It works for cargo, it works for freight, it works for all your trains. So now look what's happened here. I redid this and built it back as, instead of 6 normal speed platforms, we have 5 double speed platforms. Tell me that's not way better. So Slobodan, thank you so much for pointing that out, and a couple of the others commented on it as well. But he's definitely our railroad simmer of the day. That's for sure. So what I did was I said, okay, well, there's something else I've been wanting to do. Why don't I just do it? Okay. So I rebuilt this station using the proper Kane 24 technique, which is, platform track, platform track, platform track. In fact, in his write-up, he actually says you should use PTPT, meaning platform track, platform track. And I thought he had actually just made a mistake. I tried to post a comment on Reddit to say, no, I think you really mean PTTPPT, no, PTPPT, whatever. And I couldn't get into Reddit. I had trouble with my account, and it kept throwing me out, and I was trying to reset my password, and it got messed up, and I couldn't do the post. And had I done the post, he would have probably written back, he or she would have written back and said, no, dummy, I meant what I said. And I would have figured it out. But thankfully, Slobodan straightened us all out. And so I've corrected that on this one. And then I went ahead and, of course, I had to take it one step further. We've been talking about wanting to get to a model of load full, unload till you're empty. And that's where I wanted to get the whole time, because that's the way I prefer to play train games. And now we got it here. So what I did was I built longer approaches going in to make sure you could get a full train off. And then on the coal, where we're running more than a couple of trains, I've actually built them their own shunt line out here. So our bricks, thankfully, were on platform 1. You read platforms away from the station. So platform 1 north, I guess we would call this. The bricks could stay the same, so I didn't have to mess with the bricks. They're still our top and tail, going back and forth, bi-directional train from the brickworks to the warehouse. But I've got them, and they're unloading until empty. But now I've got coal coming into platform 2 here, and it's got 3 shunt lines leading into it so that they can queue up. And the way I've done this is, if we look at his orders, okay, coal 2 to the warehouse, I carefully put a waypoint. After you leave your coal mine, you're heading to the warehouse, you have to hit that waypoint right there. And so that's the spot. And then if we look at our signals, see you've got a decision, which one of these do I take? And you've got a decision here, which one of these do I take? So you can go in any of these 3 and hit your waypoint. So you hit your waypoint here, and then you pick which one of the 3 you go into. And those 3 all lead you down to the same platform at the end. And at the end, you're going to unload until you're empty. So our coal trains can stack up out here and just go in and unload till they're empty. I've got cut stone. We've got stone coming from Proctorville 1 and Proctorville 2, or no, Proctorville Freight and Proctorville 2, and they come in there. They hit a waypoint on this track, so they come in here. Then our trains that are taking coal out to the rest of the system have a waypoint that they come in here. And then I don't even know if there is anything else here. We'll find out that actually is going to use that track. But if not, then we've got an extra track here to do something else with. But all of these are unloading until they're empty. And the beauty of this is these numbers, well, the wood we haven't dealt with, but the stone and the bricks and the coal stay at the max. So whatever the max is for your warehouse, however big you built your warehouse, they just stay there because you've always got trains stacked up coming in and unloading, right? So beautiful. Let's just watch this run. It's just a kind of a thing of beauty. They just keep unloading. See how he's unloading cut stone, and he'll just keep unloading. Here comes another coal train. See what it did? It came down and just got into this shunt line over here and stacked up, ready to go. And whenever there's if this guy ever finally empties, which he's almost there, but when he finally empties, he'll go back. He'll just make a beeline for his own coal mine and grab some more. Here comes another cut stone, and the other one had already left, and he'll unload his as he goes. But everything just stays pretty close to full. There, now we've got a coal train finally emptying, and we've got one lined up, and we got one here coming in to just shunt right in line. They just all just sit in line, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a little tear in my eye right now. It's beautiful. So want to do the same thing on this side. I want all fast lanes here. Let's see what do we got to work with on this side. I'm going to get the station. So we could do track. Let's see. PT, 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 PT. So we could get three fast and a regular on this side, right? Easily. So I think what we'll do is set it up where our lumber, our wood, is coming into one of the fast ones, and is similar to the coal because there's a lot of trains bringing the lumber, and there's going to, we're going to step that up. That's got to be fixed, and so we'll drag it into one of the fast ones and unload there until you're empty. And that way we should be able to keep, the goal is, see that's 11:49, if we just run it, it goes straight to 11:50 because the trains there always, you see it just drop down one, back up. So every time we use one in the system for maintenance, it just goes back up. Same thing with the stone. It just goes back up. But there, now it's dropping. Now why is that? Because the train's pulling out, it's empty. But it won't get very far down until the next train comes along. And now what this gives us, because the system doesn't have a reporting yet to tell us what's really happening with, overall consumption and supply and all that stuff. This is sort of a way of telling us. We can look at this easily now and say, well, if we've got coal stacked up, we're good. We don't, right? We don't have any. We've got coal. We've got it stacked up, so we know we've got plenty coming in. Our delivery system's good. Everything's working. And where we would see problems if we saw this starting to drop down and we didn't see trains lined up, we could say, oh, maybe we're not making enough, or we've got a delivery problem or something. Or conversely, if we saw it backing up, if it backed up past your shunt lines and you were starting to fall back and hold up the rest of the system, then you could think, well, maybe I got too much, So either figure out a way, how can I do something to step up the usage by expanding my empire, or maybe I'm overdoing it, right? So now we kind of get an easy eyeball way of looking to see, are we okay? Are we getting our supplies? And I want to get the wood going that same way. So I really wanted to play the game a little bit and get into the hop farms. But I'm much more interested in getting this right and having something that really works and really gets the job done. So let's look at, first of all, let's redo this station, this side of the station. We may have to redo this a little bit and make it a little more room. I don't know. We'll see. But let's redo this and get as many fast ones here as we can, since they're not taking up as much space as we thought they did. Get as many fast ones here as we can, and then figure out how we want to plug, first of all, the lumber in there. And if we can plug lumber in, similar to the coal, in one of the platforms, then we really don't have to worry about the rest of them yet until we see what else is coming down the pike, because we would have dedicated platforms for coal, brick, stone, and the wood. So we'd have all 4 of our basics going in here covered with the unload till empty kind of a model. And the other thing is, we've talked about this, by having these trains over here just sitting, they're not out here taking up space. And we've got, on a small map with a lot of stuff going on, we don't have big, nice open lanes because we don't have big, nice open space. And on this small map with huge trains, it's important to get them out of the way, get them off the main line, and this is all good. It's all happening. All right, let's figure out how we're going to do this. I think the first thing we're going to do is send him to the depot. Then we're going to cut this off. So let's see how we're going to do this. We need to delete this. I'd like to keep, most of it, but let's see. Let's cut this off so we don't have a total disaster by deleting too much. And then let's go in and delete that section and that and that. And that. Okay, we can keep that first rail. He can stay. Then we can throw away this stuff and these bridges, and then we can reconnect bridge, bridge, bridge. There we go. And then put our track back in. And yeah, sure enough, it's going to give us three fast ones. And 1 normal speed. And we can set it up so that, let's say we run lumber into this one to be track 1, if we think of it 1 south, I guess. So track 1 could be lumber, and then these other 3 could be whatever, and we can set it up so that they'll tend to prefer, the first one they'll come to is this one, then this one. So this one would only get used as an overflow because it's not as fast as the others. So that should work nicely. And we'll come out like that. Okay. Now this is going to be tight, and I think that's perfectly okay. I'm actually happy about that. We can reconnect this. So you can still go out the same way. In fact, we won't have the nice big exit ways, but they'll still be able to get out quickly. And see, this will be exit, exit, exit. So now they can all come out. That's fine. And we want them all to be able, of course, to come in. So what we can do now is say, okay, when you want to go into this warehouse, you're actually going to go through this and go up here and use this space as your entry point. Yeah. And let's see, how are we going to do this? We don't have to, for now, we don't have to have the big run up for this, but we do want it for this. And I actually think what I'd like to do is maybe even run the lumber up here and bring it in like this. So that the wood is use some of this space. to come in like this and set up our wood to unload into this track right here. So let's see, what would that look like? Something like, yeah, we could have a nice long runway for these guys. Yeah, actually, in fact, I mean, we could just take advantage of this space right here. There, just kind of hit that. In fact, let's see how many trains that would be. If we did this on signals of 22, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that'd be great. Yeah, let's just do this. This is just to be doing it. It's silly looking. I mean, the way you'd want to do it really is, let's do it the way you'd really want to do it. Shoot. What you'd really want to do is have a shot line like coming off of this, right? So you'd have something like this. There. And we want the shortest one. Let's see how many we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's overkill, but we'll stick with 6. And what we want to do is make sure it's long enough that the shortest one is 22 between signals. Like from here, that's 18. We need a little bit longer. We can just let it curve like that and make sure that that's our shortest one. 2. I think we're going, I don't care. Starts saying we're going to run out of space, but no, we're not. We're just going to create space for ourselves. We got a curve here anyway, so why not move the curve to a more advantageous spot. So we'll just, nope. Sorry. Come out of the inside one hard as we can. Come up here somewhere. There. And redo these signals. That doesn't matter. I did it on 10, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. 10, 11, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Okay, this guy comes up. Well, all right. I'm overdoing this. Sorry. Let's find our 22. Right there's 22, right? So if I flip around and go on the other side, and if I put a signal right there and I come down like this, that's 22. That's the shortest one we want. So the rest of these, if you're coming off like that, that's fine. And the next one, and since they're each one is longer down here, we can just come in like this like that. Let's see. Whoops. Like that. You enter the shunt line here, and then you go into, oh, we got another one. You can go like that. So that's our line. And what we're going to do is put we'll put a marker right there that says if you're wood, you're going to hit that marker, which is going to put you into this shunt line. And everybody else will put a marker that says hit something next to it. So we'll have a line that comes in like this. And everybody else will hit that line. And because they're coming from this direction, they'll tend to want to go here, and then here as their last choice. So you come down here and you decide which one do I want. All right? So marker here for the rest of them, marker here for wood, and we should be good. And all we got to do now is be able to come off and get onto that. And we could have multiple pass in. One is we could come in you could come in off that if you happen to be coming this way. And we got to make sure you could go to both of them like that. No. Just go to whichever one. Okay. And then you could be coming from down here, or you, let's see. Definitely could be coming from down here. That's a biggie. So we want you to be able to come into the system from over here, which means you want to be able to cross over a bridge right there, and you want to be able to come off like that and go on. And then if you happen to be coming from somewhere else in the system, you could come here and go in like that. And you would come here and you would decide, ooh, we got colliding lines, that's cool. Decide which way you want to go. So if you're coming into this, if you're wood, you're going to go this way. If you're anybody else, you're going to go that way. Interesting. Breaking our little rules about the cross track, aren't we? I'm actually going to move this up one. So so we can use this one right here as our little marker. It'd be easier to hit. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's work on. We'll set these up. Well, we want to do something over here too. We want this to be double speed. Because part of all this exercise, one, I just want to find a different, better way to do things, and two, I want to be preparing for an increase in the hit on all these numbers as we move into other things. We've seen the pattern. Every time you go open up something new, everything kind of explodes and gets bigger and bigger, and you got to be ready for it. So we want to be ready for it. So here, we'd like this to be a double track. Let's clear this out. Now we've already got the idea of loading off of this. Let's see here. Cut this off so we don't do too much damage. This one has to go. I'm just going to kill them all. Get out of our, go away. And we'll get rid of this and this. All right. One, two. Let's do three. Let's have two loaders and a passenger. Whoops. Two loaders and a passenger. They all got to leave. And our passenger needs to loop as hard as he can, like this. Let me put these on here so I can see where the end of the track is. And up here, you just leave. When you're coming down here, you make a decision. You go into this, or you come off like this. So. Now, because we got the main track so close, I think what we'll do is give ourselves some space and build our shunt line coming out from here. So we'll have Okay, dawns on me it might be nice if we actually had, if we actually completed our station. There we go. So now we got our sawmill loading. Twice as fast, twice as many tracks, so we should be able to haul stuff out of here faster. Because we're not even, we're not even close to keeping up. Now they can all fly up through here, and we can give them orders to go into the right line up at the sawmill. So let's do it like this. Let's go here. And right now, there's only 3 trains. Oh, that's right. I sent a couple of them back. So there's actually 4 trains. So I'm going to send them back out. No. 3, 4. Okay. There's a lot of trains. Okay. That makes more sense. Where were we? Okay. Now, how many routes do we have? Or routes? Sawmill 2 to the warehouse. Let's just see that line. Sawmill 1, we have long since thrown that away. Remember, that was our very first sawmill we put in the middle of everything. And then we later on blew it up. All right, sawmill. This one is not inactive, but we don't have to change it because this is the one that brings the workers out here, and it's by the requirement signals. It's going to do the right thing, and we don't have to change anything in Proctorville Station. So the ones we want are these Saw 2 to Ook. Oh, this is easy. Okay, good. It's just one route. And it'll do all the trains. So what we want to do is tell it to come up here. See what it's doing? It's coming. It's trying to come in here. We don't want it to do that. We want it to go. We want it to. What? We want it to go up this way. So we're going to give it when you come out. We're going to give it a right here. When you come out of the sawmill, we want you to take this way. And then we want you to come in and notice it's actually taking the right one by default. But we want to force it to do that. We want to tell it to hit right here. Okay, but hit that on the way in, right? So now we're telling it, when you leave the sawmill, we want you to come this route. We want you to swing in. We want you to hit that marker right there, and that's going to force you to take one of these. So it'll try to hit this one. If that one's got something in it, it'll go to this one and on and on. So we've overkilled this, but that's lovely. How can you beat overkill? All right, and then the other thing we want to tell them is, well, just go empty. I think that's it. It was that simple. A lot of track, which is great because, our big superhighway of track, which I love. So it's load full, unload empty. So there's our first guy. He was already out there. Here comes some of our trains back from the limbo we put them in. Oh, I must be missing signals right in here because he stopped. Yeah, definitely. Let's run some signals out through there. They don't need to stop and wait back there for permission. There's our passenger train taking the correct lane to go in. Here comes some more lumber trains. They're using both tracks beautifully. They're loading up as quickly as they can and just getting out there onto the system. Let's see what they do up here. I got something wrong here. I'll fix it in a second. I just want to see this stack up. I want him to stay. Well, he used it all. Here we go. There. See, now they're just stacking up waiting. As soon as he's gone, the next one will pull in there. And we've kind of shut it down, so it's got to catch up a little bit. Uh-oh, uh-oh. All right, why did he stop? Why isn't he going? Oh, I'm actually missing a signal right here, too. That's why I wasn't going, because there were two trains coming in here. We're missing a signal. Okay. So that's all good. Now let's go see what I've goofed up. This train and this train. This is weird. There's been a crash. Oh, neat. But how? Why? What are these two trains? This is just some poor passenger train trying to go back. I must have left out a signal like right there. And they timed it out so they both got into that at the same time? Doesn't make a lot of sense. That's the cut stone. We'll send it back to the depot and get it repaired. Send it to the depot and get it repaired. Bring them back out. And that signal right there, I think that was the culprit. We had a merge here, and we were missing one of the signals. Okay, now. Why aren't you going? Missing signals right here. Now let's see if he goes. There we go. Missing signals down here, so he thought that this train was on his track. There we go. Now we got them all stacked up. We got one unloading. We got three stacked up. We got he's a coal train, but he's a loading coal train. So we actually want to put him. Now wait a minute. What was this guy? Was he? Oh, that's Sawmill 2, and I think he got lost. He got in the wrong thing somehow. How did that happen? Control R. Oh, he must have been going before we even made these changes, because his line is clearly to go over here. That's his orders. So our cut stone's down to nothing because of the mess up. We had to send one of the trains back because of the crash. Now we're getting cut stone again, and we should have another train coming. Here it comes. No, what is that? Okay. What are you? This is Cutstone Chesapeake to the warehouse. Ah, yes, I missed him. I think. Yeah, I did. When you leave Chesapeake, he should have come down and hit this, right? Chesapeake hit this, so it forces him onto this track right here. No. Take that back. He should be hitting this track right here. There. So that he gets into this cut stone line. And let's just load this up a little bit. Let's throw another couple of trains on that sawmill too. The sawmill too. So we want a flat. That is right, isn't it? We want a flat to haul our wood. A regular flat, not a top and tail. Let's throw a couple more on here. Put them on sawmill 2 to the warehouse. We'll get a couple more trains going up there. All right, that's beautiful, beautiful. Oh, look, isn't this lovely? Look at this. I know that sounds awful, but isn't that lovely how it's stacked up? Now, the cut stone, okay, I'm going to fix that. We've got a third train doing the cut stone, right? We just kind of added one. So this guy here, it's one train. I'm going to move him over to this one. So we're going to go, no, we're going to have him go here. Select a destination, go here. He'll use that track going forward. And it's too late this time. He's going to have to come in here, but that's okay. So our coal is stacked up. Look at that. We're overproducing coal. But we would have never known that without this. Look at this. We got tons of wood. Look at it. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. All right, everything's maxing out. The coal is actually a little bit low. Oh, we started a whole bunch of trains, I guess. But we've got plenty here lined up, ready to go in and unload. There, it's already back up to max. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, I think this is better. Really, I had to go look it up. Slobodan, thank you so much. I'm probably butchering your name, but in Hillbilly, it's Slobodan. And thank you. Okay. Do we have time to play a little bit? Actually, we don't. This has been gone a little longer than I thought it had. So we're going to stop right here for this episode. I also want to get this out there and upload it as quickly as possible because it's a kind of a big change and it's a correction of something I had wrong, which eats at me. So I want to get it corrected as soon as possible. And we'll take this back up in our next episode, and we'll get into doing hops and breweries and bars. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Sweet Transit video. Thank you.